What's good, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Outlook. So, along with the weekly outlook, I'll also quickly give you what I see for this present FOMC that will be coming up shortly today. So, without wasting any further time, let's quickly dive right into the analysis. Now, of course, if you guys follow me on Twitter and Telegram, you know that I had posted a sell over here, which I was confident and that we would hit 2715 odd levels. However, I could see that gold is showing a very good amount of strength, and we might not actually retest all the way back to 2715. So I changed my bias, and now I'm going to look for longs to target all-time highs and higher. Now, what exactly the reason is, because I'm expecting, I think FOMC has planned 2 to 3 rate cuts in this entire year. We cannot be certain that today is going to be that day. However, I personally feel that based on technical analysis alone, gold should ideally continue bullish today or maybe tomorrow. So I will be continue looking for longs, which I was since a very long time. However, the recent 1 week was kind of tricky because we had a mixed movement of price going sideways down, then again bullish, then again sideways down. So it was pretty much tricky to understand and comprehend this kind of price action. However, right now there is some sort of clarity, and as long as this specific low is protected, the Monday low is protected, I personally feel that gold can continue higher all the way up to 2800 and higher. I am seeing 2830 odd levels this week or maybe the next week, because if you see from a basic candle perspective, this is where we open and we have already put in the lower wick, right, the downside of the wick, and now it is time to expand on the higher side, on the upper side. So this is a potential outlook that I have on gold, that we will most likely continue bullish, because we every single week we are seeing that kind of momentum, right, and we have managed to give the highest closing ever in the history of gold on a weekly time frame at 2770 odd levels, right. So of course either this week should be sideways, but I don't think so, because we have FOMC and it is good enough to carry gold to a very good point, right. So what I think is, personally, we have already created a lower wick of the weekly candle, which means this, for any candle to form, right, it will open, then go below, for example, leave behind a wick, and then expand on the upper side, right. It might look something like this later on. So this is what I'm seeing. So we have already done with this move, and now this entire move is potentially pending. So if I am right about this low should be protected, and we should see an expansion in the next 2-3 days, right. So that's pretty much very simple bias on gold. If we are going to be bearish, I will only look for shorts now below 2730 and not anytime before that. So that is pretty much what I'm thinking about gold. Now after that, let's quickly dive into pound dollar. So I had given these targets previously. We've hit almost all of them, and currently looking at this, even GBP USD looks pretty good to continue bullish on the higher side, right, because we have reacted from the fair value gap, and yesterday I did plan to long here, even though I did not, but I could see this coming, that will sweep this low and then we'll continue higher. Even now, if you want to take a risky position, this same low should be a stop loss, and as far as targets are concerned, you can target this liquidity high, right. So might take a day or might hit in the next week, but if you want safe exits, then you can target anywhere around these levels. So it's still a 1 to 2 trade, which is, I guess, fair enough. Now coming back to EU, even EU met almost all desirable targets that I had mentioned in the recent weekly analysis, and currently, even though the closing is not that great, to be honest, however, I feel that it is best to stay away from Euro USD, because there is a lot of sideways momentum. Apart from that, we are currently in this bullish trend, so maybe there's a good chance we could do something like this and then again retest this level. So there's pretty much internal price action only that you can expect on Euro USD right now, so I'm not very much interested into that. And finally we have silver, and we'll also check DXY. So silver, I expected this level to hold, but we did not, even though the closing was fine. So today, of course, if we start expanding above this high here, we should see a very good momentum in the coming days. So I have pretty much similar bias for all of the pairs that I'm looking for, and that makes DXY bearish, of course. So let's quickly check that. And yeah, right here we have this minor structure break, and this is where your imbalance is at. Let me go to a lower time frame. Yeah, right here, and we have been consolidating into that. I personally feel that we could most likely just manipulate this once again and then continue lower, at least for today. All right, so that's pretty much my bias. Of course, once we break above this, then we will start again a very good bullish move on the upside. So that's pretty much my bias. I just wanted to make a very quick outlook in the middle of the week, just so that we have FOMC, and there is a lot of confusion, or rather there's a lot of curiosity among people regarding gold, especially what we are seeing. And I personally believe that we should continue higher. That was my bias. So yeah, I was actually on gold, I was bearish because of this big sell off that you see. Similar pattern you will see here, big sell off followed by an inside bar, followed by very good momentum. So big sell off, inside bar, ideally we should see big momentum. There's a lot of examples that we can look for. Yeah, even here, big sell off, inside bar, and a very good momentum. Right, from the low to the high, it's a 730 pip momentum, right? So that's a very big deal if you are, especially if you are a swing trader. Yeah, I guess you get the idea. Again, we have one more example here. There's a big sell off, next candle is an insider bar right here, and there you go, big momentum. So that is why I am very much bullish on gold, and I am going to hold this trade for at least 1 week, 4-5 days maybe, or maybe 28, 30 odd levels. Let's see, it will entirely depend on the market. So that's pretty much my bias, guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one.